Please welcome back to the stage DARPA's Information Innovation Office Director, Dr. Kathleen Fisher.
So we're really grateful for Mr. Michael and his leadership and backing of the concept of formal methods as the gold standard for cybersecurity going forward. I hope that as a result of today's events, you understand why this is such an important vision going forward. I want to take the opportunity to thank all of the speakers who participated today and all of the volunteers and organizers. Actually, there weren't any volunteers, all the people. The people who worked really hard to put on today's event. Let's give them all a big round of applause. And then before we break for the reception, which is coming shortly, I just want to end by briefly summarizing the key takeaways. So they really are driven home, the key takeaways. The first is that the status quo is too dangerous. Our critical infrastructure, our military systems, our software generally is too vulnerable. It is riddled as perhaps a little bit strong, but has many vulnerabilities that are exploitable by adversaries who mean us ill will. And those adversaries are exploiting those vulnerabilities or pre-positioning implants. And we heard this morning intelligence reports from Mandiant, from ODNI, that talk about how our adversaries are pre-positioning code or are taking advantage of those implants. And that how we have a sense of learned helplessness when it comes to those vulnerabilities. That software, it comes with vulnerabilities, and we just wait to have those vulnerabilities exploited. And we pay billions of dollars to fix those, to remediate those vulnerabilities after the fact, letting critical IP be stolen, paying ransomware, funding a large fraction of North Korea's nuclear weapons development. And that our ATO process, although it is well-intentioned, has the effect of locking in cybersecurity vulnerabilities because program managers don't have the funds or the capacity to go and fix those vulnerabilities, even though they know they're there, and the concern is that adversaries know they are there too. We can't have that status quo continue. Status quo is too dangerous, first point. Second point is we actually know how to do much better. DARPA and Amazon and Google and Microsoft have demonstrated over the last 15 years that formal methods technology already exists and has been used to build systems, build software-based systems that are much harder to hack into. It doesn't build systems that are perfect, but it builds systems that are much harder to hack into. This is like the equivalent of closing the doors on our house and locking those doors, closing the windows and locking those windows, making it much harder for hackers to hack into. Very worth doing. The picture on this slide, the middle one is the Boeing unmanned Little Bird. The other pictures are all examples of systems that have had formal methods applied to them to make them much harder to hack into. The missing pictures are waiting for other people, other systems, to be added to the picture. And the last piece is that you are part of the solution. We want you to go home and think about what systems are you responsible for that you could apply formal methods-based approaches to build proofs to demonstrate that those systems are guaranteed to do what they're supposed to, and more importantly, guaranteed not to do what they're not supposed to, using the wide array of different kinds of formal methods-based approaches that you have learned about today or that you might learn about in the future because you have made new friends at lunch, in the poster sessions, at the receptions, or because you can go to the DARPA website, the Formal Methods website, and learn about them, or because you've learned new techniques for how to learn about these kinds of technologies. And you are incentivized to do so because there's a new funding opportunity that we've announced will be coming in the future. We didn't drop the funding opportunity itself today because we didn't want to put a short timeline that you only have 45 days to come up with. We want you to have time to go and think about which of your systems would have the biggest return on investment by going and applying some formal method-based technology, where you could learn, we could move the needle the furthest by learning how to use formal methods on some kind of system and make it as most secure as possible. So that's the QR code on the left is the funding opportunity, the announcement about the future funding opportunity. The QR code on the right is feedback. We want to know how we did about telling you about why formal methods is so important, that the status quo is too dangerous, formal methods can allow us to move the needle, and we need your help. Where do you still have questions? Where do you still have concerns? Where do we need to provide more evidence? Where can we improve our narrative? So those are the 2 QR codes. There's also going to be a post-event survey. Answer that too. And last but not least, thank you very much for your attention. You are part of the solution. Thank you very much. Take care.